Hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to my incredible review of an incredible game, Twilight Imperium. We finally gotten to the last strategy card, number 8. And just as a side note, I know in the past videos I keep saying round. It's phase, next phase. You don't get to pick up any counters on the next round. Anyway, so here's the review. Alright, so here we are now on the 8th strategy card here, and as you see there are 4 different ones for number 8. This one comes in the base set. These two come in the first expansion. This one comes in the second expansion. Let me go through each one of these. First off, Imperial says as a primary, draw the top card from the objective deck. Remember about those objectives we talked about. You had the phase 1 and phase 2 primary objectives there. And it says place it face up in the common area of play, then receive 2 victory points. So that's really good. The second dairy action here is to spend 1 command counter from your strategy allocation area to immediately build units in one of your systems containing 1 or more friendly space docks. Even if you have already activated the system already, building units here does not activate the system. Of course, it's just another opportunity to build more units, but this is really good. Now, to be honest, a lot of people did not like this one from the base set, and they played different rules with this. So when they came out with the first expansion, they came out with 2 options here. The first one was Bureaucracy. It says after selecting the strategy card, reveal the cards from the objective deck equal to the number of bonus counters on the card. So remember, if there's any additional bonus counters on there, you would release that many more objectives from the deck. Now, as the primary ability, it says receive 1 command counter from your reinforcements, then drop to 2 cards from the objective deck, place 1 face up in the common area of play, and then the other at the top of the deck. So you get to choose which objective will come up. It says you may then immediately claim 1 public objective that you qualify for. So of course you want to pick the one that you qualify for if there is one. Now, as a secondary ability here, it says spend 1 command counter from your strategy allocation area to draw 1 political card and 1 action card. Okay, so that's not bad. But just in case you didn't like that one, they gave you Imperial 2. Now the primary objective is A or B. A is during the upcoming status phase, you may qualify for any number of public objective cards. The status phase is the phase that happens at the end. Okay, so once all the rounds over, everyone gets to see if they qualify for objective cards. But if you have 8, you can qualify for more than 1 objective. Just kind of bust that rule of you can only qualify for 1. Also, it says if you control Mechatol Rex, immediately gain 1 victory point. Hey, nothing but good news right there. Or you could choose B. You may execute the secondary ability of the strategy card for free. No other player may execute the secondary ability. So you can activate the secondary ability and no other player can. What is that secondary ability? Well, spend 1 command counter from your strategy allocation area to build at 1 of your space docks, even if the system is already activated. This does not activate the system. So there you have Imperial 2. Now, the second expansion gives you Industry. And this one gives you another A or B choice. A is to receive a free space dock on a planet you control. You may do this even if you've gained the planet card this round. So even if you took it and it just got taken and it's still exhausted, you can still put a space dock on it. Or you can do B, which says receive up to 4 resources worth of free units in an activated system you control that contains a space dock. So 4 resources, well that could be a lot of things, right? And then finally you have the secondary ability. It says spend 1 command counter from your strategy allocation area to receive up to 2 resources worth of free units in an activated system you control that contains a space dock. So basically it's the primary, but a little less spectacular because you only get 2 resources instead of 4. So Twilight Imperium is played in basically 3 phases. First is the strategy phase, where everyone's picking, you know, what strategy card they want. That's the strategy phase. That's it. After that, it goes, and it's written on all of your race sheets here. Then it says the action phase, which is tactical, transfer, and strategic actions. Meaning stuff like you have to use a strategic allocation or something from your command pool. Or maybe you have to use an action card, you know, just using an action. Or one of your strategy cards and throwing it inactive after that. Like I said before, if you ever pass in the game, like you say, well, you know what, I'm out of moves, or I don't want to spend any more counters, I don't want to spend any more action cards, I'm done. Once you pass, you are out of the round. You can't get back into the game until the next round. Okay, so once you pass, your turn is over. So you'll get to where only a few people are left playing, and then the phase will finally come to an end. After that, you go to the status phase. We solve objective cards. You know, who qualifies for them and what would they get. Then you repair all damaged ships. So remember, those ships that lay damage, like the Dreadnought. This is a damaged Dreadnought here. You repair it by just flipping it up. Also, what you're going to do is you're going to remove any command counters from the board. So any command counters that you use, whoops, it'd be like that, then you would remove them from the board, put them back into your own little resource thing, not up here, but just throw them in, because you're only going to get 2 command counters, and then you're going to redistribute them here on the board, wherever you want. You want to change it from the fleet supply to put strategy or command. You decide how you want to redistribute your command counters. You'll also be refreshing any of your planets. So exhausted planets will then suddenly refresh for the next round. And you can use them again, meaning you can use their resources or their influence. And remember, the goal of the game is to get your little counter all the way to 10 victory points in order to win the game. And that's Twilight Imperium. So as you see, that's how the gameplay goes. It's very simple. It's on all of the race cards, so if you get lost on how it goes, you can see it. They just spell out how each round goes, how warfare goes, and so on and so forth, so no one can get lost. I love how they have that information. It's a good use of the race card there to help you out, you know, in deciding, okay, what do we do next? Got it. The phases go round and round like that. Each phase is going to take you, depending on how many players you have, it could take you an hour or very close to it. As the phases go through, of course, you're starting to develop, get stronger, figure out who your real enemies are, and so on and so forth. I know for a fact, though, a lot of people do not like number 8 from the original set. A lot of people changed the rule a little bit. And so Christian Peterson listened to him, he tweaked it. And the second expansion, first expansion, he tweaked it a little bit more, and then of course tweaked it again in the third expansion. I usually tend to play with the one in the third expansion the best, even though when we play with the first one, it does help push the game forward, you know, getting those extra 2 victory points every round. But a lot of people thought, well, that's all it gives you is really 2 victory points, and they thought that was a cheap way to win the game, plus it ends the game really quick, and people like Twilight Imperium to last a long time. In fact, you go on anyone's YouTube page, you'll see them list Twilight Imperium in because they love how much it takes to play. Of course, some people rank it a little bit lesser because of the time, but who cares about those people? This is an awesome game. I'll see you in the next video.